Good morning, everyone. It's been a cookie making morning for me, and I'm so excited that you've agreed to come alongside us and to make cookies for our prison weekend with Kairos. So just a few things that I want to point out about that. The cookies have to be a certain size. They're between 2 inches and 2.5 inches. I'll show you in a few minutes why. When we go into a prison like that, we're not allowed to take gifts for the ladies, but they do allow us to take cookies. And it's a big deal because really, other than Christmas when we go in and bring homemade goods and we bring homemade cookies then, this is probably the only time that they get homemade cookies at all. And so it's a really big deal to them. And the grounds facility has about 350 women incarcerated. So we don't just give cookies to the girls that are attending the 4-day weekend with us. We actually give a dozen cookies to every single resident in there, every inmate. And we also give a dozen to every single CO, correctional officer that works there. So when you add that up, I don't know, just kind of a rough estimate, we're probably going in with at least 600 dozen. And that's why I asked you if you could come and help us to make cookies. Let me give you just a few of the guidelines. Cookies that are generally accepted pretty good are oatmeal, chocolate chip, sugar cookies. Just make sure that if you're making a sugar cookie that you're not putting any of the granule sugar on the top. You can also do a snickerdoodle or biscochito. Just make sure the cinnamon's not on the top and that that's been mixed into the dough. You're not allowed to have any type of fruit. So if you do an oatmeal cookie, you cannot do oatmeal raisin. You only do oatmeal. No raisins, no craisins. You can do a peanut butter cookie, but it has to be the creamy peanut butter. You cannot have any nuts of any type in any of them. They can't have sugar coatings, icing coatings, candy coatings, anything like that on the cookie. I did include, if you look down in the comments, some of the general guidelines about making Kairos cookies. And I included some of the recipes that some of the girls use. By no means do you have to use those recipes. It's a great just choice so that if you get stuck. I also wanted to tell you that when we go from room to room, the most requested cookie is chocolate chip. Every time we get to a new cell, they'll say, do you have any chocolate chip left? Which is crazy because it's not my favorite, but it is their favorite. So if you're thinking about what could I make, just to let you know that. When you make the cookies, it is the small scoop if you use Pampered Chef, or it is the cookie scoop that you get at Walmart. So